What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Thursday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. We got a special episode today. We are interviewing Adam Teicher, ESPN Chiefs beat reporter, NFL insider, you name it. He's done it. He is covering the Chiefs right now at OTAs, and he's going to bring us the latest on the interviews with all of the coordinators. Make sure, as always, you like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and let's dive into it. All right, Adam, you were there yourself today to hear the assistant coaches talking after the coordinators giving us all the info going on in OTAs. You know, we're in our second round here. Biggest thing that stood out, Dave Toub had a lot to say about, you know, the new kickoff rules, the return, and how it's going to look in the 2024 season. What really caught your attention off the top from that conversation?
Well, I think we all know, Haley, what a big change these rules are going to be, that things are going to be a lot different for kickoffs, and it's going to take a lot of time for teams to get adjusted to it, for fans to get adjusted to it. And I think he was really on point by saying there's a lot of things that they might want to do that they just can't do. They're still figuring things out, what they can get away with, what they can't get away with in terms of what they can make work. And he's spot on when he said, hey, there are teams that the teams that figure this out quickly are going to have a real advantage early in the season. And so, the Chiefs are fighting to be one of those teams. And just to be interesting to see what they come up with and whether they can win this phase of the game early and have an advantage over their opponents.
You know, Toub was also mentioning that this is going to make it way more interesting. And in listening to him talk about it, you know, he's right. It's just always assumed you go out there, the kickoff leads to a touchback, we move on, and the pageantry has kind of gone away. So to see what they're now able to do, what do you think that fans can be looking forward to the most this coming season?
Yeah, well, the last couple of years, kickoff time was time to go get another beer. You didn't need to be around for that. There was nothing to see, right? So I think this is going to be must-see football now. Make sure you got your beer before the kickoff, because there's going to be a lot to see here. And I'm not going to say there's going to be a touchdown on every play or a big return or whatever, but there's going to be some action there. These are going to be some really interesting football plays, and I feel like I can't wait to see it. I really can't. The Chiefs are doing a little bit of work on this in practice right now, but there's no pads. When they get to camp, it'll look a lot more like what they can do. So going to be interesting to see what they come up with.
Now, you mentioned it. It really is going to come down to the team that can figure it out during the off season, figure out what they can get away with, figure out how these new rules are going to be implemented and what's going to happen on the field. I thought something interesting that he was talking about was the fact that, they don't want to leave even though Harrison can make a block, and we've seen him do it before. You don't want to leave your kicker back there to be the one who might have to make a block. And when you got a guy like Justin Reed, who can also kick and is very good, as we know, a very successful safety back there. What was Toub talking about when he said the fact that, Justin might be utilized? We might not be seeing Harrison on every single time.
Yeah, I think they're going to maybe mix and match depending on what they want to accomplish on a given kickoff. Yep. I think Butker will probably be the main guy, but I think Justin Reed will probably do it. And, the Chiefs have the rugby star, Reese Zammit, who can kick the ball as well. We saw some of that from him in practice today, and there may be situations where the Chiefs might want to use him as well. So I think it's all really fascinating. To me, if they're talking about taking one of the best kickers in the league and not using him on all the kickoffs, that to me is right then and there, right there is just fascinating, because it tells you how different this is going to be.
I think it's exciting. We got a lot to look forward to, and like you said, we will have to hurry at halftime to be in our seats and in the beginning of the game also as well, to be ready to watch everything start. What stood out to me again was he mentioned Reese Zammit, and you just spoke about him here as well. You were actually at practice. You got to see some of the practice. Now, I know it's only for the beginning of practice, right? You don't get to see everything. Did you actually get to witness any of Reese Zammit out there being able to utilize the foot a little bit?
Yeah, I did. Actually, we are allowed to stay in for the whole practice, so I did get to see everything. And yeah, he was out there. He did when they were working on kickoffs, he did kick a little bit and actually hit a really good one. Hang time is not a thing anymore. The line drive is more of a thing now. So did a nice job with it. I mean, it was just a couple kicks, but I feel like there's enough to work with that maybe it'd be interesting to see if the Chiefs want him in on this as well. So just all the possibilities are really fascinating to me. Do you use Butker? Do you use Justin Reed? Do you use Luis Rees-Zammit? So who we don't even know is going to make the team yet. So I just feel like there's just a lot of possibilities that weren't there with a play that, because of how they changed the rules, it just become very stale. But now it's going to be some real excitement.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see. And maybe I was totally wrong about the practice time. Maybe I was just lazy in years past and only stayed for the first 10 minutes and then I got out of there. But any injuries to report back? I know that Coach Reed didn't speak. Were there any people who were present but not participating? I know Xavier Worthy last week was dealing with a hamstring that he tweaked. Some other players, these are voluntary yet again, but some other players weren't in attendance. Any big names stand out to you?
Yeah, as far as injuries, there were a handful of guys. I don't have my list in front of me. Joe Tooney is still out. You remember he tore his pec last year in the Buffalo playoff game, so he's still not practicing with the Chiefs. Xavier Worthy, who you mentioned. Derek Nottie was out there but not practicing because of an injury. Charles Omenihu was out there but not practicing because of an injury. There probably were a couple other guys who weren't out there, but for the most part, the Chiefs are in pretty good shape, I think. And looking ahead towards camp, I think they'll be in better shape. Maybe not Omenihu quite yet, but I think they're going to have probably just about everybody else back.
Hey, we love to hear that. Talking to Coach Spags as well there, defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, was talking about just a few of the rookies that are, and also some of the second-year players back there in the secondary, mentioning that, replacing LJ, that's probably impossible to do, but with the culmination of the secondary, they're going to be able to get that protection done. Did anything stand out from you, what he was talking about, maybe just catching up players up to speed, also having players be vocal on the field?
Yeah. Just they've got a lot to choose from back there. They really do. They've got a number of bodies they can look at it, and they are looking at and run through in the secondary. And that's particularly true at corner. They did lose L'Jarius Sneed, but they still obviously have Trent McDuffie, Jalen Watson, Josh Williams. Najee Johnson's coming back from the knee injury from last year. He was out there practicing today, which is a good sign. Nick Jones, one of the draft picks last year. Kamal Haddon, one of their draft picks this year. Kelvin Joseph, who used to play a lot, start for the Cowboys a few years ago. So they've got a lot of bodies they're sorting through at corner, particularly. And going to be interesting to see how that situation all sorts itself out. Initially, I thought maybe Chiefs would have been wise after losing Snead to bring in a veteran, just his depth, even if they didn't have to guarantee him a roster spot. Just, hey, in case we don't have enough guys, maybe this is a smart thing to do, but I don't see that now. I think they've got enough bodies to get a corner to get the job done. They've got a high-end player in Trent McDuffie and a bunch of younger veterans. So I think the Chiefs are in good shape at corner.
Yeah, Adam, it might kind of be like it was last year with wide receiver, right? Just a culmination of players having to make up the production of their wide receiver one, who they lost the year before, and the year before that. Obviously, two different sides of the ball, but, hey, it's worked out before. We'll see what the Chiefs are able to do this season. Adam, it sounds like there is a lot of exciting stuff happening for Kansas City, and I know we still got... It seems like the season is very far away, but then it also seems like it's right around the corner. So appreciate you, as always, hopping on here, giving us a little insight to what's going on over at the practice facility. And hopefully we're chatting later on in the season.
Absolutely. Let's do it again.
All right, guys, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. Make sure you join us on the LLC, our Loyal Listeners Club, a great place to chat with other fans and interact with myself. Also, like and subscribe. Show us a little bit of love here on the KCSN YouTube channel. We will see you back here tomorrow night.